Hello everyone. Here we'll discuss hypertension in a LQ point of view. Hypertension is defined as level of blood pressure at which there is increased risk of target organ damage. And seventh United States Joint National Committee on Prevention, Detection, Evaluation, and Treatment of High Blood Pressure defined normal blood pressure as below 120 mm of Hg as systolic and below 80 mm of Hg as diastolic. So hypertension is divided into two categories. First one is primary hypertension, which is also known as essential and idiopathic hypertension, in which patients with elevated blood pressure without any identifiable cause are said to have primary hypertension. And secondary hypertension, here patients with elevated blood pressure with identifiable cause are said to have secondary hypertension. JNC 7 classification. According to this classification, we can categorize hypertension into normal, prehypertension, and hypertension. So, effect of hypertension on target organs. There is an increased chance of damage to vascular bed of several organs like retina, heart, brain, kidney, and large arteries. In retina, retinal changes depend on severity of hypertension, and these are classified into four grades based on presence of arteriolar thickening, hemorrhages, exudates, and papilledema. Second one is cardiac. These include left ventricular hypertrophy, pulmonary edema, and high incidence of coronary artery disease. Third one is central nervous system, which includes stroke in form of infarction and hemorrhages. Then transient ischemic attack, hypertensive encephalopathy in form of coma and seizure are important effect on central nervous system. Fourth one is renal. Effect on kidneys consists of proteinuria and renal failure. And fifth and last one is large vessel, which causes tension leads to accelerated atherosclerosis and aneurysmal dilation. So, important causes of hypertension are: first one is renal disorder, which include renovascular stenosis, parenchymal renal diseases, particularly glomerulonephritis, polycystic kidney diseases, and endocrinal disorder include pheochromocytoma, Cushing syndrome, primary hyperaldosteronism, acromegaly, hypo and hyperthyroidism. And drug include oral contraceptive, corticosteroids, sympathomimetic, and cyclosporine. Miscellaneous causes are toxemia of pregnancy, coagulation of aorta, raised intracranial pressure, obstructive sleep apnea. Now, clinical feature. Majority of patients asymptomatic and is diagnosed on routine clinical examination. However, symptoms due to raised blood pressure are occipital headache, dizziness, palpitation, and fatigue. Patient may also present with symptoms related to target organ damage like epistaxis, hematuria, blurred vision, transient ischemic attack, angina, and breathlessness. Symptoms pertaining to underlying cause may be present. For example, weight gain in Cushing syndrome, weight loss in thyrotoxicosis, episodic headache, palpitation, sweating in pheochromocytoma. So, investigation. First one, basic investigation which we can do for all patients includes urine analysis for protein, glucose, blood, fasting blood sugar, serum creatinine and blood urea nitrogen, serum sodium and potassium, serum lipid profile, electrocardiography. Investigation in special group of patients include chest X-ray, echocardiography, renal ultrasonography, angiography, serum calcium and phosphate, thyroid stimulating hormone, urinary cortisol and catecholamine, and last one is plasma renin activity and aldosterone. So management, it has two phases. First one is lifestyle modification and second is drug therapy. So lifestyle modification include five things. First one is relief of stress. So patients are advised to avoid unnecessary tension. Relaxation techniques may also be practiced. Salt restriction, dietary restriction of sodium chloride up to 6 gram per day helps in reduction of blood pressure in some hypertensive patients. Also, diet rich in potassium and calcium may also be useful for hypertensive patients. Weight reduction, caloric restriction in obese patients, and weight reduction leads to decline in blood pressure. Now, control of risk factors. So, restriction of cholesterol and saturated fat in diet reduces atherosclerotic complication in hypertensive patients. Alcohol intake should be reduced, whereas smoking should be stopped, and blood sugar levels should be tightly controlled in diabetics. Last and best is regular exercise. Isotonic exercise like jogging and swimming lead to reduction in arteriolar pressure, whereas asymmetric exercise such as weightlifting should be avoided as there can increase in arterial pressure. However, exercise should be planned under expert guidance. Now, drug therapy. Various classes of drug are used for curing hypertension, and dosage of this particular drug I have mentioned at last. So, first classification is diuretics. Thiazide are most frequently used diuretic to treat hypertension. Side effect of thiazides are hyperuricemia, hypertriglyceridemia, hypokalemia, and these side effects can be minimized by restriction of dose of hydrochlorothiazide up to 25 mg per day. Recent guidelines recommend use of chlorothalidone and combination of thiazides and potassium sparing agents like spironolactone may also be used. Loop diuretics like furosemide are used in hypertensive crisis and renal failure. Second line of drug is AC inhibitors and angiotensin receptor blockers. So angiotensin converting enzyme inhibitors and angiotensin receptor blockers like losartan, valsartan, etc. have good antihypertensive effect and cause significant reduction in death due to myocardial infarction and stroke. These agents also reduce progression of nephropathy in type 2 diabetes. Main side effect of AC inhibitor is cough and angioedema, whereas in angiotensin receptor blocker, these side effects are not present. These drugs are contraindicated in bilateral renal artery stenosis and hypokalemia. Third line of drug is long-acting calcium channel antagonist, which include amlodipine. Is particularly useful in elderly patients with isolated systolic hypertension. Other agents are less commonly used, and this group of drugs can cause pedal edema. Gum hyperplasia has also been reported with use of calcium channel blockers. Fourth line of drug is beta adrenergic antagonist. These agents lower heart rate and cardiac output. The cardioselective agents which are preferred include carvedilol, bisoprolol, metoprolol, and they are used with caution in patients with congestive heart failure, heart blocks, and asthma. Other group of drugs occasionally used in hypertension are alpha adrenergic receptor blocker as prazosin, doxazine, centrally acting agents like clonidine, methyldopa, vasodilators like hydralazine, minoxidil, agents with mixed alpha and beta adrenergic antagonist action are labetalol and cravidol. So these drugs are used for curing hypertension, and doses of these particular drugs are given in these charts. So thank you.